Need to feel alive. I need to rise. People want it easy. That's not my side. I need to feel alive. I need to
Welcome to Happiness Per KM. We at Happiness Per KM, we've been around for almost a year, and we
I've
keep.
been following you for a year only, sir.
Thank you
Since
so
the
much.
time where it has been existed.
And at Happiness Per KM, we've met so many. We met thousands of riders, and we just think we are incredibly lucky. To have found such people like yourselves.
So
Who.
I would like to interrupt. More than luck, I think, sir. To be honest, there are thousands of channels on YouTube, right, regarding motorcycling and all that. But what really connected to the people is like the authenticity of the channel. Like it's very pure. It's very connected to pure motorcycling. Like
Thank you so
what
much.
people actually see, what people actually feel on road, like while riding and all that.
That's the
No fancy
reason.
stuff.
You're absolutely right. That's the reason we started Happiness Per KM, because there is so much talk that happens on motorcycling, but when it comes to touring and things that matter in motorcycling, somehow that gets kind of lost. So let's jump right into it. You at such a young age, absolute champion. We've done Mumbai to Ladakh recently, but today's video is going to be a little different. Today,
Okay.
we need you to tell us about. So since you are based in Mumbai, and and we are calling this episode Happiness Champions. So, so,
Yes, sir.
so why don't you tell us, three, four things that we would like to talk about. First is, what are the short rides? Short rides, defined as less than 100 km. What are the
Okay.
slightly longer rides? Places of food that somebody must travel to if they are in Mumbai. Places of interest, obviously Gateway of India is a place of interest, but as a rider, you might have a different perspective. And lastly,
Yes.
where are the places in Mumbai to shop gear from? So we'll take it step by step. Why don't you start with what are the short rides that you have taken or you would recommend?
Short rides. So, like, if you want to do a short ride within 100 kilometers, I would like to say that it takes minimum 50 kilometers only just to get out of the city from
Correct.
Mumbai.
Correct.
So, 100 would be a very like a minimum kind of thing, a very like limited kind of thing. So we can stretch it to 120 or 130,
Sure.
like 120 kilometers or 130 kilometers.
Sure.
So I've gone to a lot of places, but the three places that I would recommend. One is being Malshej Ghat, and for obvious reason because it has a very good view once you reach over there. The roads are very good. It has a lot of twisties also while on
Lovely.
the way,
Lovely.
and very scenic view, very good, and very few places very like close to Mumbai which are on some good height. Apart from that, it is very flat. The other places. The other places which I would recommend is Ashoka waterfall. It also happens to be like 140 kilometers from the place where I stay. Very good, very scenic. It's like almost like a countryside place, full of villages, full of lush green, very nice roads.
So just to
Of
just
course,
to,
there's a very good
just to
waterfall.
jump in, you have mailed us some photographs. So Malshej
As
Ghat
made, yeah.
and Ashoka waterfall, we'll put up it as part of the video. What Akshay. You have mailed us some photographs. So Malshej
As
Ghat is referring to. Tell me a little more about Ashoka waterfall. The reason I say it is, I lived in Bombay for 3.5 years, and I never
okay.
knew there is something known as Ashoka waterfall, which is why this series is so valuable.
It is because it comes in the village of Igatpuri. A lot of
Okay.
people do Igatpuri ride, but hardly anyone goes because the Ashoka waterfalls happens to be in a very remote village.
Okay.
So I don't think a lot of people know about it. But it is a very good waterfall. Like you can Google it. I've also like emailed you the route, like
Okay.
how the route is. It's very scenic. It's almost like a jungle, like a highway goes through the jungle only. And yes, it is a must visit place. If you happen to be in Bombay, I would surely recommend that go to that place. You would love it. The roads are very good. The place is absolutely fantastic, and that's it. Like it's a must visit place.
Okay. Just to since this video is going to help a lot of riders, who don't know
Yeah.
any, and since you are a very experienced rider, any watch outs of can any bike go? See, because the reason is people from 100 cc to a Harley 1200 cc might be watching this video. So, is there an issue
Yeah.
of road or can any bike go?
Uh, Personally, I've taken my interceptor over there.
Okay.
Yeah, so that would not be an issue. I've seen a lot of Harleys also over there, reaching there. Obviously, they must have come from Bombay side only. A lot of Harleys I've seen over there. ADVs can go easily. Even 100 cc, 150 cc, any bike can go over there. The road is not that difficult at all. The end 1 2 kilometer stretch is kind of an off road or off like a patchy kind of road, but that is also not that difficult.
Okay. Awesome.
So the things to watch out for is that during this COVID time, I was there like 3 4 months back. Since I told you that it is a village, remote village, so you just have to be aware of the local people over there. Like they were very scared to like they were not allowing people coming from outside and all that.
So, you have to
So
restrict
anything
them.
that you have to, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, anything that you have to be watchful for is for the local people out there. That's it.
Okay, understood. So there is Igatpuri, there's Ashoka waterfall, and there's Malshej Ghat. So that does it for the
So
shorter ride.
Ashoka waterfall and Igatpuri, like they belong in the same category only. Like Igatpuri is the village, the district, and Ashoka waterfall happens to be in that district.
See the
That's one.
one of the reasons we are doing happiness champions is lots of times people visit Bombay, they want to hire a bike, or they are doing a longer trip and Mumbai comes in the middle, but they don't know where to go, so they
Where
usually
to
end
go?
up going nowhere. So these were about
Usually you usually end up going people like Lonavala. That's it. That's the only place where we fall all the time.
Lonavala is too crowded now.
Too crowded. It's more crowded than Bombay on weekends, to be honest.
Correct. So these are so fantastic. Akshay, these were 100 kilometer rides, maybe a little longer. If
Yeah.
somebody wants to ride a little longer, say two to
Yeah.
300 kilometers from Mumbai,
Okay.
what would you suggest? Of course,
I would suggest. Okay. There are places like Mahabaleshwar.
okay.
Mahabaleshwar is a good place. Panchgani happens to be like to come in the way only. Panchgani is way better than Mahabaleshwar in my opinion.
I've been to
It's a hill
Panchgani.
station.
Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. It's a hill station only, and Panchgani is there. Mahabaleshwar is there, and like these two places I have been there. Not on my motorcycle, but on family trips. I'm yet to visit these places on my motorcycle, but these are good places.
Okay. So out of all the places, short or long,
Yeah.
if there was one destination that you had to pick, which we could classify as must visit, ye nahi kiya to kuch nahi kiya, which one would that be?
Okay, if you just have one day and you happen to be in Bombay and do a like short ride, then go to Ashoka waterfalls.
Got
That's
it.
it.
That is going to be on my list when I go there. Okay, now since we want to keep this video to a manageable length, moving on, if somebody is in Bombay or in
Yeah.
and around Bombay, what is the kind of food, vegetarian or non-vegetarian? If you can just share three options. Like, see, I've lived in Bombay, so I know a little. For me, if I had to eat seafood, I would blindly go to Gajali.
Yeah.
So, if you could just help us of what are the three dishes and where to eat them.
Okay. So this is for veg, non-veg both, right?
Yep, both.
Okay. So for non-veg, you can certainly go to Bade Mian, which happens to be in Kolaba,
Got it.
right? And as you said, Gajali. Gajali was next to my office at some point, like 2 years back. So I used to be there like every other day.
Okay.
And
Which one?
there,
I loved the Parla East one.
it's still said like we can do a one-on-one conversation on that. That
Okay.
area is still very like old school Mumbai. It's still
Correct,
like
correct,
that. It
correct,
has not got tampered like the rest of the Bombay.
correct.
And for there is a like okay, there's one place called Ahura, which happens to be like it's also a very favorite among the riders.
Oh, I
It's a
didn't know
good
that place.
restaurant. Yeah, it's very popular among riders. It's like 120 or 130 kilometers from Bombay. It's the hotspot for breakfast rides in
Where is
Mumbai.
this?
It happens to be in Mumbai Valsad highway. If I'm not wrong, it happens to fall on a highway,
Okay.
but it is a very good stretch of highway, a very long stretch of highway. So if you happen to be on a Sunday morning or Saturday morning, you will surely see a lot of super bikes revving out
Oh,
on that
lovely.
highway.
Ahura.
Yeah, Ahura.
Ahura. Okay, got it.
Very good, very good food. Food is very good and happens to be a like hotspot for all the riders.
Okay.
And of course, there is some like Iranian restaurant. I'm very fond of Iranian food. So there is one very small restaurant in mine. A lot of people don't know about it. It's known as Cafe Irani Chai.
I've been there. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Bun,
it's
bun
very
maska
beautiful.
and
It's
chai.
bun maska and chai. It's very beautiful. It's very old school. They have kept it the way it was 60 years back, and it's very good.
So good to know. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, next question. See, Bombay is a huge city, and when you
Yes.
include the suburbs of Bombay and the adjoining areas, it's as big enough to be
It's
a country.
expanding. It's
But
it's 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 good. It's
which are the
expanding day by day.
it's to which are the two three places of interest that I can go to? See, of course, there is Gateway of India, and there is the obvious places. But from a rider's point of view, because at times riders feel like discovering things, or go to, like you mentioned, the place Ahura. I never knew
Yeah.
about Ahura. So which are the two three
It's a
places
bit
you will recommend that we can ride to
okay. So this within the city, you mean
within the city
within
or
the city limits?
somewhere close to the city?
Okay. Uh, let me-
Like one name that comes to my mind is Matharan.
sorry,
One name that comes to my mind is Matharan.
Matharan. Okay, Matharan is like a hill station only. So,
Yeah,
but sir, that is like 100, 120
correct.
kilometers away. So,
It's a
yeah.
little far. So think
Okay.
about it.
So there's one place called like National Park, Sanjay Gandhi National Park.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. So like you can be there early morning, take a bicycle stroll, take a stroll, and like take a motorcycle also.
I've been there. It's beautiful.
And
Film
yeah,
city.
it's very very beautiful. Yeah, it's very very beautiful. And apart from that, there is a Tansa Wildlife Sanctuary, Tansa Dam and Tansa Wildlife Sanctuary. That's also like 100 kilometers from here.
See, this is pure gold.
Very good place.
I didn't know about Pansada.
No, no, you Google it out. I've shared pictures also on my email last night. It's very good, sir. It's very good.
Amazing.
And yeah, so these two places I would recommend, like nearby. Within the city limits, honestly speaking, I haven't explored much of like I haven't even tried
कुछ
to
है ही
explore the city because there's
ऐसे
so
कितने
much
जाने
of
कैसे
rush.
जाओगे? Got it.
Yeah.
Now, this is a question we get asked often, and in fact, you only had brought this point up. I think it's a vital point that you brought up. Which are the places for a rider to go to buy riding gear from? When I say riding gear, it's obviously where a place where you have a lot of range, and and since everybody likes to bargain, of where can you get good riding gear which is of reputed brands, and you will get a good deal. I don't know of
Okay.
any in Bombay because I left Bombay a long time back.
Okay. So I would just recommend the places from where I have shopped, not from what I've listened. Yeah. So there's a place in Daisar called Let Me Tour.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's a very good place. Not very fancy, not very like expensive stuff, or not all the you would not get all the brands over there, but they keep good quality stuff over there. The main thing is that the owners happen to be like they are riders themselves,
Okay.
so they understand what it is, what are people, what are customer demanding, and most of the gears that I use, I purchase it from there only. They give good deals, a good discount, and all that. Good variety, good quality stuff, and everything that I bought from there is working very fine till now. So
Oh,
that's one
lovely.
place that I would recommend. Yeah. So that happens to be in Darisar. The other place, there's a store in Thane called Biker's Vault.
Okay, got it.
So I got my riding jacket from there 2 years back, and till date it is working very fine. It's a good place. They happen to keep a lot of sale during festival time, during Independence Day, Republic Day, and all that. A very good sale, very good range,
Okay.
and the customer service is also very good. These two places is the places like from where I purchase my stuff, and they happen to be very good.
Got it. So, Akshay, thank you so much for being part of Happiness Champions. We just have one request, and since we are going to be putting up your name and your profile on our
Yeah.
website, and riders coming to Bombay, or in case they want to know more about Bombay, may get in touch with you. So just
Okay,
so
sir.
that we made it clear to everyone, and since you work, what is your preferred m- mode and method of contact? I mean, do you prefer WhatsApp or do you prefer someone calling you?
Uh, WhatsApp, sir. I'm
Okay.
available on WhatsApp. I'm available on Instagram for text message and everything. I'm available on calls on weekends only, on Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay. So, guys, just to wrap it up, and for those who don't know, Akshay just did Mumbai, Srinagar, Ladakh, Manali, back to Mumbai. Absolutely phenomenal ride. I have so much admiration and respect. In fact, I'm envious. I wish I could have done that. Right? Where are you going to be riding next?
Sir, I really want to do Spiti. I happen to see your ride, your and Mr. Berry's ride, the Spiti Valley.
Spiti,
But
you can do in September, or you will have to wait till next year because it'll get too cold.
yeah, I'm ready to wait next year. I am getting prepared over here to do it. I'm watching videos and getting to know the do's and don'ts, what to do, what not to do. And honestly, I wanted your feedback, like how the interceptor would fare on Spiti, sir.
See, the interceptor, especially if you are, a slightly experienced rider, will go anywhere. Now we did the entire Spiti circuit, so we went from Narkanda, Reconquio, Tabo from Himachal side. So that route till Kaza is absolutely a fabulous route. There are maybe 30 to 40 kilometers of terrible roads near Nako.
Okay.
But from Kaza to Manali is a free for all. It's a riverbed. There are stones. There is no road. There are lots of water crossings. But the interceptor did it. Is the interceptor meant for that kind of terrain? The answer is no. But so if you are gentle about it, you can easily do it. But if you are doing Spiti, you should take out at least 7 to 8 days because altitude sickness is more in Spiti than in Ladakh
Okay, sir.
because you suddenly gain a lot of altitude, and Spiti is it's unreal. So we were staying in a place called Kibber, which is about 30 kilometers from Kaza. The village we were staying in, the population of that village was 230 people. So you have to pinch
Yeah,
yourself. ये India है. It huge mountains, snow, lovely, warm people. You must do Spiti because Leh, unfortunately, has become so commercial, so it's crowded. Spiti
Correct.
is not crowded at all. You must do it next year.
I'm planning, sir. I'm planning. So let's hopefully it works out, and hopefully I'm able to do it.
You will, you will. So thank you so much, Akshay, for doing this, and we'll edit this video and put it up very soon. And thank you all for
Thank you, sir.
watching. If you like this video, please click like, share, and subscribe. And thank you once again, Akshay. Bye bye.
Thanks a lot, sir. Bye bye. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye.